Black people are starting to wake up and the spell is over. The veil has lifted, the curse, whatever you want to say.
Africa isn't underdeveloped, it's overexploited. So the idea that Africans have never invented anything is simply white supremacy. So
Black people are supposed to be silent, to be like this. Oh, we need help from you. Oh, you are the king, you are the Messiah. Black people were supposed not to sit on the same table with the elites. Black people were supposed not to unite. Black people were supposed not to own businesses, not to own houses, not to buy lands. But see what is out there right now. And that's the lie I'm talking about.
Black people also invented GPS, technically navigation, ambulances, Wi-Fi, the baby buggy, home security systems, ranch dressing, super soakers, 3D movies, over 300 uses for the peanut. Let that sink in. 300 inventions on a peanut. Flour, paste, insulation, wallboard, wood stains, soap, shaving cream, lotion, blood transfusions, elevator doors, maxi pads, the modern air conditioner, Nerf guns, spatulas, your literal cell phone that you're watching this on, ironing boards, laser eye surgery, the folding chair, shout out to Alabama, country and rock music, I know that one stings, the modern toilet, the golf tee, keychains, cash register, shoe soles, VR gaming systems, adjustable wrenches, the rotary engine.
There is a so powerful lie that has built empires. A lie so profitable that millions died to protect it. And a lie that is so dangerous that black people were never supposed to expose it. But you know what? Time is changing. And black people are finally exposing this lie. But we want to know first, what was this lie? Or what is this lie that black people were never supposed to expose?
Yo, have you noticed a lot of black people are moving to the continent? And I don't think it's a coincidence. I think that people are realizing, especially in America, that we have other options.
Grand Rising Kings and Queens, welcome back to my YouTube commentary. I hope you are doing okay. I appreciate every single of your support that you are supporting me. I don't take this platform lightly, and I don't take it for granted. Thank you so much for being here. Now, today's message is not just an entertainment, but it's a truth telling, not gossip, but something real. It's a truth that has consciousness, a truth that has consequences. Now, I'll say this. The lie black people were never allowed to expose was never just a false statement. Or it's not just a false statement. It was a systematic belief repeated so often that it became reality to those in power. And the lie is that black people are inferior. Black people are incapable. Black people are dependent. Okay? Black people are in need of guidance. Black people always need help. But you know what? That lie has been exposed. Because right now, black people are out there doing great things. Black people are out there at the head of fashions, culture, are the leaders. So, they have exposed this lie in a way that to show the world, you know what? What you were told about us was not correct. Now we are out here doing wonders. We are innovators. We are teachers. We are doctors. Black people are supposed to be silent, to be like this. Oh, we need help from you. Oh, you are the king. You are the Messiah. Black people were supposed not to sit on the same table with the elites. Black people were supposed not to unite. Black people were supposed not to own businesses, not to own houses, not to buy lands. But see what is out there right now. And that's the lie I'm talking about. The lie that black people were never supposed to expose. Everything else, slavery, colonization, segregation, exploitation, mass incarceration, economic exclusion came after this lie. And all of those were there to make sure this lie stay intact. Now, before I continue, I want to play you videos, talk about this a little bit. We shed light and then I come back. Let me drink some water, okay? Because I have a long talk to talk.
Many Black inventors face challenges in reaping the financial benefits of their inventions due to systemic racial discrimination that hindered their access to resources, capital, and patents. Large corporations or government agencies often reap the profits of these Black inventions. George Washington Carver discovered over 300 uses for peanuts, including peanut butter. His greatest contribution was in agriculture innovation, especially rotation techniques for cotton farmers. However, Carver did not patent most of his discoveries, and he worked primarily to help farmers. He made very little money from his inventions, while larger white-owned farms reaped the financial benefit of his discoveries, creating generational wealth for their families because they had the capital to take advantage of his discoveries. Next up, we have Garrett Morgan. He invented the traffic signal, the red light, green light, yellow light, slow down, and the gas mask. Morgan sold his patent for the traffic signal to the General Electric Company, so they reaped the financial benefits from the mass production and adoption of the invention, creating what? More generational wealth for white families instead of Black ones. Morgan's gas mask was used in World War I, and he started his own business making and selling it, but still benefiting little financially because bigger companies came in and mass produced them. Next up, we have Lewis Latimer. He invented the carbon filament for light bulbs and the process for manufacturing them, which improved the lifespan of electric light bulbs. Although Latimer made important contribution to Thomas Edison's light bulb, he did not personally benefit from the invention. He worked as a patent draftsman and engineer for Edison and other companies, but much of the financial gain went to the companies that used his patents because he didn't have the resources or capital to use them himself and build what? Generational wealth. Next, Granville T. Woods invented the multiplex telegraph, an early version of wireless communication that allowed multiple messages to be sent over the same wire. A Black man, okay? You texting? Black man invented that. Woods received patents for several of his inventions, but often struggled with patent infringement cases because they came after him for his inventions. Many of his inventions were used by larger companies, such as General Electric, which exploited his ideas without giving him significant financial compensation, and he didn't have the money to fight back. Next, we have Marie Van Britten Brown, who invented the home security system, including a camera, monitor, and remote control door lock. Brown patented the invention in 1966, but her financial gains were limited. The patent was sold to a larger company that developed the home security industry further. Because why? Because they had more capital, more resources. As with many Black inventors, she did not see substantial long-term financial rewards for her patent, for her inventions. So another opportunity for generational wealth lost. Denied by who? Anybody? Anybody got a guess? Right. Next we have Dr. Patricia Bath, who invented the laser phaco probe, an innovative technology that revolutionized eye surgery. While her invention significantly improved cataract treatment, she did not personally profit as much as she should have. The technology was widely adopted in the medical field, but much of the financial reward went to the medical institutions and companies that had the money and resources to implement the technology worldwide. I hope y'all picking up what I'm putting down. Next, we have Otis Boykin. He invented the improved resistor used in electronic devices such as computers, guided missiles, and pacemakers. Boykin did patent his innovations, but he did not receive large-scale financial rewards. His work was incorporated into products by larger companies which profited from the widespread use of his inventions, particularly in the electronics and defense sectors. Another lost opportunity for generational wealth for Black families. Next up, we have John P. Parker, who made improvements to the industrialized furnace. Parker's contributions were significant in the industrial field, but like many Black inventors, he did not fully benefit from the financial rewards. His work was used by larger companies, so once again, no generational wealth gained. That gain went to white-owned companies. Next up, we have Henry Sampson, who invented the gamma electric cell, a technology used in the development of portable power sources such as batteries. While Sampson did not receive a significant financial windfall from his invention, surprise, surprise, he was instrumental in the development of battery technology. However, much of the economic benefits went to corporations and the military that adopted this technology. So once again, no generational wealth gained for Black families. I hope you picked up the importance of building Black capital and resources so our future patents and trademark opportunities for generational wealth cannot so easily be stolen from us. I hope you also picked up on the fact that this type of information is not taught in our schools because they don't want our Black children to know what they're capable of by learning about these real-life Black inventors, these amazing Black examples. They also don't want their children to know about our Black contributions because then they would know where their family money really came from. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Knowledge is power, power to the people.
All right, racists, let's talk about the part of history you like to tout the most, Black inventions. And along with those inventions comes the receipts. Racist America has pretended for far too long that Black people haven't created or invented most things, if not every single thing we use daily. They like to pretend that the toolbox of life just appeared out of nowhere, or that it was gifted by some default white guy. Then they act shocked every single time a Black Indigenous American shows up in the patent record. This pattern in history of gaslighting and erasure ends now. So why don't we break the spell with a hit list of under-referenced Black American inventors, whose work you touch, hear, and rely on every single day, whether you say their names or not. This is what I call the not-so-familiar list. James E. West co-invented the electric microphone in 1962. That tiny capsule in smartphones, laptops, hearing aids, and almost every modern mic, brought to you by a Black man, James West. George Edward Alcorn Jr. built the imaging X-ray spectrometer in 1984 that sharpened space and materials research. NASA named him Inventor of the Year. Translation, he built the instruments that actually see what the naked eye can't. Black brilliance. Meredith Gourdine pioneered electro-gas dynamics, devices like incinerated cut smoke and industrial pollution. He engineered the actual physics. David N. Crosswaite Jr., architect of modern HVAC controls for big buildings. He has 39 U.S. patents, some of which include heating systems for Radio City Music Hall as well as Rockefeller Center. So when you visit these places, your climate comfort is running on David's math. Walter Lincoln Hawkins created durable polymer cable sheathing so telephone lines could survive the sun and harsh weather. Otis Boykin designed precision resistors that stabilized consumer electronics and pacemaker controls. George Carruthers invented the far ultraviolet camera / spectrograph used on Apollo 16 to image Earth's atmosphere and interstellar space. When science looked farther, it used George's instrument. Jerry Lawson led the team behind the interchangeable video game cartridge, the truest pioneer to console gaming. Jesse Russell was the key architect of digital cellular systems and base station tech. He laid the groundwork for the networks that your phone lives on. Marion Croak is the holder of 200 plus patents in voice over IP and internet call tech. So as far as internet calling as a service, she operationalized the pipeline. Valerie Thomas, the pioneer behind the Illusion Transmitter 3D image tech at NASA. Bessie Blount Griffin, inventor of the self-feeding device used for amputees and a disposable emesis basin. It's a clinical design that restored autonomy to its users in this country. Then it spread internationally. Alice H. Parker created the 1919 patent for a gas-fired centrally zoned heating furnace. She also planted the seed ideas for modern home heating segmentation. Miriam E. Benjamin, in 1888, created the gong and signal chair, a call button system predating hotel service alerts. The start of push to summon was formulated by her genius. Andrew J. Beard invented the Jenny coupler in 1897, which is an automated, dangerous link and pin rail coupling. His work improved freight efficiency and worker safety. Philip B. Downing created the street letterbox in 1891 with a weather shielding door for mail drop-off. Yes, a black man created the mailbox. John Stannard. In 1891, he invented the non-electric refrigerator and compact oil stove, the pioneer of non-electric appliances. Richard B. Spikes. He iterated the automatic gear shift and most automotive safety systems. Lloyd Hall. He advanced food preservation, using safer curing salts, using spice sterilization, and antioxidants. He created the industry-level shelf life. So what was the point to all of this? Reality reads like this list. Black Americans were already here, already building, and already creating everything. Designing the microphones inside your phone, the networks under your texts, the heat in your building, the optics in your space science, the cartridges that built an entire gaming industry, the clinical tools that dignify autonomous care, and the dull metal boxes swallowing your mail on the corner. Erasing the creativity and the genius of the original people isn't accidental. It's an act of violence. You can keep pretending you invented everything, sure. Or you can look around, call things what they are, and stop living on lies. Pretending to be superior in technology and a spiritual power you can't even use. The entire world can see the limitations of racists. The big question is, however, why can't you?
Regardless of the image that has been created for black women, many of them have done some amazing things that have been hidden from history. They have discovered their worth, value, and importance in the earth. We are not inferior because of our color. We are feared because of our knowledge and ability to rise above the stereotype of attitudes that wanted to enslave our creativity and wisdom. We as women have learned that we are not going to be shaped by the attitudes in society that attacked us purely on a preconceived idea that we are created from the minds of those that are insecure and intimidated by us as persons as a whole. No matter how much they try to do it, you can't destroy what the Creator has placed inside our minds. We are strong, for we have endured much opposition, conflict, and persecution. When they thought that we were broken, we rebuild our self-esteem and continue to fight to hold on to our self-worth and dignity among a society that thought it would stop us, strip us, degrade us, use us, and abuse us. We stood in the face of adversity and held it together because of our belief that we would survive. See, what they didn't know was the warfare of life built us, pushed us, made us more determined to be who we are created to be. It made us think and strategize to create a life for us and our family beyond the harshness that was placed upon us. We built from pain, misery, and torment that should have destroyed our wheels, but instead pushed us into warriors, fighting beyond the conflicts that created disgrace and shame to become women of dignity, honor, and prestige. Yes, black women went through much, but they have arrived now at a place where they are saying, break me, and I will be put together better than I was, for life has told her to stand, to become who she is, to produce the creativity of her mind so that she can stand and boldly say, although life was supposed to destroy me, it equipped me, built me, shaped me, into an unstoppable force. Nothing can stop us but ourselves in this hour. Know this, black women. You are valuable. You are needed.
Welcome back. Now, you see, all these videos I've played about black people are never supposed to be like this. Now, black people have built this. Black people are uniting. All of these are the exposés. All of these were not supposed to happen. You know that? I don't know if you feel me. Exposing the lie will have collapsed the entire system. Because if black people were not inferior, then slavery was a crime. If black people are not, even not were not, are not inferior, that means what? Slavery was a crime, not an economy. Colonization was theft, not development. Segregation was terrorism, not order. Poverty was engineered, not natural. Racism was insecurity, but not superiority. So black truth tellers had to be silenced back then. When they talk about the truth, they were silenced. They were lynched. They were exiled. They banned Tulsa, the Black Wall Street. They were called angry. They were called radical, dangerous. Some of them were assassinated. Not because they were wrong, but because they were right. And one of the most violent parts of the lie was that the black history began with slavery. That was the biggest lie. Not before, not ancient Africa, not astronomy, not anything. Just chains. Black history, it started with chains. Black history started on the boats, on the ships. Black history started on the plantation. Black history started on the sugarcane farms. Black history started with, because our people without history are easier to control. So if black people knew that they built cities before Europe had roads, if black people knew that they governed empires before democracy existed, if black people know that they traced globally before, or they traded globally before colonizers arrived, then the lie collapses. So history was erased first to make sure the lie remained intact. Let's talk about school, education, because personally, I normally think education was never meant to free you, but to make us go deeper and deeper and deeper in that shit, because black people were taught just enough to function, but never enough to question power. Now, there's a video I watch of students. Your head has a natural light down there, has a bulb, and then education comes to the hammer. It hits that light, and you are being given this degree, university cap to wear, the graduation cap. So that's what they did. Black people were taught dates, not causes, symptoms, not systems. They were taught heroes, not structures, obedience, not ownership. Black people were trained to survive within the system, not to dismantle it. And anyone who stepped outside the framework was labeled as anti-progress, backwards, uncivilized. Again, if you go to the religion is not bad, but religion in this case, it was weaponized. Religion, especially Christianity, was used to spiritually disarm black people. Black people were told, obey your masters, suffer now, reward is later. God chose others to rule. Heaven is your compensation. And meanwhile, land was taken, wealth was extracted, bodies were broken, nations were destroyed, just like right now. You go to church, the pastor tells you these healthy materials are just, worthless. But at the end of the day, they'll raise fines to buy that pastor a Lexus, to buy him a car. Pastors does not need to walk. But me, I'm walking. So God was used as a muzzle. And when black people tried to reclaim spirituality on their own terms, They were called heretical, they were called pagan or demonic. Why? Because a spiritually free black person is uncontrollable. A spiritually free black person is, you cannot control someone who still speak with the ancestors. You cannot control someone who can go on the top of the mountain and pray for rain to come down, and rain comes. You feel me? Let's be honest. When you talk about economics is the real reason for the lie. This was never about hatred alone. It was about money. The global economic was built on free black labor, stolen African resources, cheap black bodies, exploited black markets. Cotton built America, gold built Europe, rubber built Belgium, oil built modern empires. And all of it came from black land and black blood. So if black people expose the lie, reparation wouldn't just be moral. They will be mandatory. And that is why the truth is still resisted up to now. And today, that lie is still there. But right now, that lie wears a suit. It sits on news panel. It trends on social media. It hides behind statistics without context. Black people are shown as criminals. Black people are shown as broken, dysfunctional, angry. Rarely as innovation. We are not shown as thinkers. We are not shown as builders or system survivors. Okay? And the lie is breaking now. Why? Because black people right now are reading. Black people are traveling. Black people are connecting globally. Black people are reclaiming African identity. Black people are building independent platform. The internet did what plantations and colonizers never expected. It connected black people without a gatekeeper. And once the truth circulates freely, lies panic. Okay? And the greatest fear is not a black anger. The greatest fear is black clarity. The greatest fear is black unity. Because a unified black consciousness means what? Means no more divide and rule, no more tribal manipulation, no more diaspora separation, no more immigrant versus native games. Africa and the diaspora are remembering each other, and this terrifies the system so bad. Being real, I'll say that exposing the lie is not comfortable. Yes, because there's a cost of exposing the lie. When you expose the lie, you are being mocked, attacked. But silence has a cost to black people. Silence has cost black people everything. Truth may be dangerous. You cannot talk, you cannot build, you cannot. But at least it is out there. Silence is fatal. I don't know if you have noticed something. Every time black people speak the truth, every time black persons speak the truth, they are told that you are dividing us. Every time a black person goes on and speak the truth, they are told that was a long time ago. Why bring it up? But unity built on lies is not unity. It is submission. And black people are done submitting themselves. So the lie wasn't just external, it became internal too, because it taught black people to doubt themselves, to gaslight. It was the gaslighting black people to compete instead of collaborating, to seek validation from oppressors. So breaking that lie requires mental liberation, and that is the hardest prison to escape, mental liberation. But this generation that we are right now is not waiting for permission. This generation right now, they are rejecting false narrative, they are questioning authority, they are choosing Africa, they are building parallel systems. The lie doesn't survive scrutiny. Okay? The lie does not survive scrutiny. And scrutiny is everywhere right now. The Gen Zs are questioning everything. And all this about race was just an excuse. But power was the goal. Because if the lie was true, it wouldn't need enforcement. Truth doesn't need violence. But lies need violence to survive. And when the lie dies, economic justice follows. When the lie dies, cultural restoration follows, political independence follows, spiritual alignment follows. And that's why they resist it. Because truth demands accountability. You feel me? So, what black people must do is very simple. It's not about revenge, it's about restoration. You know, black people, they must teach real history. They must build black institutions. They must support black economies. They must heal internal division. Let us protect truth tellers. Let us reject inferiority narrative. The lie only survives if we repeat it. You can delay truth, but you cannot defeat lie. Black people were never allowed to expose this lie, because once exposed, the system collapses. And that's why you are seeing the system is collapsing. That's why you are seeing America is going down. So, to everyone watching, you are not crazy. No. You are not crazy. You are not inferior. You are not behind. But you are deliberately delayed. And now you are remembering. Thank you for watching. I love you. Stay grounded, stay informed, and stay unbroken.